If you are an entrepreneur, you have likely felt overstretched, overwhelmed, and doubtful that will you able to scale your business to multiple 6 or 7 figures. These are common challenges among entrepreneurs, both novices and veterans. But what if you knew how to simplify and automate your business so you could step away from daily grind with confidence that your business will have nice profit at the end of each month, no matter what? What if? That would be pretty cool, right? Well, today I have a guest who will share with us how to fire yourself from running your profitable business. Grow your wealth, live on your terms. Hello, powerful people. Welcome to the Conversations with Experts, the show that connects you with experts in different areas of life. Our intention is to help you be your best self and create a rich life. I'm Millen, Livis, the host of the show and holistic financial independence mentor. Look, most people are controlling their money. They struggle with money worries, feel that they can never have enough money, no matter how much they make, and feel anxious about their financial future. Inflation, high gas prices, crashing stock and cryptocurrency markets, looming recession. All of these challenges add more stress to our busy lives. However, it's never too late to start controlling your money so it's not controlling you. And that's my zone of expertise. People who struggle with money worries to develop a unique blueprint pathway to financial independence so they never worry about money again. So if you don't want to worry about money and work in your 70s or 80s just to pay your rent and utility bills, start planning your way to financial success now by downloading my Wealth Planner for free. And here's the link to this Wealth Planner. So download this Wealth Planner and work your way through this planner right away. All right? Okay, all right. So now let's go to our main talk today. The topic of today's interview is how to fire yourself from running your profitable business. And my fabulous guest today is Sara Sheikh. And welcome, Sara. Let me just bring you on screen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. How are you? Oh, hold on 1 second. You were muted. Sorry about that. Okay.
Oh, that's
Great
okay.
To have
well,
you.
thank you so much. Thank you, Millen. I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm great. And I know we had a little difficulty this morning. So let's just enjoy this conversation and let our audience enjoy the knowledge and experience that you're going to share. So let's start with, let me introduce you a little bit like a formal introduction because you accomplished so much in life. So Sara Sheikh built intentional and profitable businesses, not one, but more than one. She grew her first business to multi-6-figure revenue within first 18 months. And today, a successful coaching business along with a fashion boutique that she runs herself. Sara found the secret behind scaling a business and can help you fast track your growth to achieve multiple 6 and 7-figure success. So welcome again, Sara. Great to have you with us today.
Thank you, Millen. It's a pleasure to be here. Despite the tech challenges that we had, of course, tech challenges are an everyday thing. So we love them. We take them as they come. So we're just going to enjoy the rest of the conversation.
Exactly. We'll do our best. And I just see that it looks like my internet, because I'm not at home, my internet connection is not great. So let's just do the best we can. So my first question for you is, what are the top, let's say, top insights that your 10 years of business coaching taught you? You can take one top or 5, whatever. Like let's play with your top insights from 10 years in coaching business.
I'll talk about a couple of things. My number one thing is email marketing. A lot of people say email is dead, but it really is not. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience because 67% of my revenue was coming from email marketing. Right. So it is not dead at all. I mean, we all open our emails, right? Now, with the technology, with the current trend with text messaging, definitely take advantage of that as well, because text messaging has a lot more open rate as well. So definitely utilize email, because 33, you can generate additional 33% revenue if you utilize email and text message automation. If you are not doing that, you're leaving money on the table, right? And this is part of the automation stuff that I teach, because once you set up your email automation sequences, they work for life, unless you want to go back and tweak the messaging. If your business is evolving and you want to change the content, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, the automation you set up is like set and go, and it's done. You don't have to deal with it all the time. And then, of course, you have to do those weekly nurture emails, because you really want to connect with those people on a weekly basis. Otherwise, they're going, if they don't see you, they're going to forget you, out of sight, out of mind, right? Yeah. So to be top of mind, you want to continue to provide value and continue to nurture them and send them, your newsletter or any type of email weekly. That's called a nurture email. So these are, this is one of the things that, I really, really, try, to teach people to take time to create. I know it takes time, but it is worth it. There are investments that you really have to put time and money into, but you're going to get the return, and email is one of them. Okay. The other thing that I would like to share is, honestly, always put yourself in your customer or client's shoe. Speak and do out of that, right? Out of, empathy, understand where they're struggling, try to be there to serve and provide them. And like, for example, like my first brand is clothing brand, right? It's not even interacting with people as I do with my coaching business, but we make customer service top priority, because when you engage with the people, when you serve them, they're customers for life. I was looking at my analytics yesterday, and I saw that in last month, 38% of the revenue came from existing customers.
Wow, beautiful. I love that you track your analytics. That's essential for any success in business. You have to really know your numbers, right?
Absolutely. If you don't know your data, you don't know what to optimize.
That's
so you
beautiful.
have to look at your analytics. You have to look at your numbers. You need to understand where you're doing good, where you're not. Where you're doing good, you need to double up on it. Where you're not doing good, you need to cut it out. Otherwise, you're wasting time and your resources on things that are not working.
Mm-hmm. Any
so
other
these are the
insights?
things that I want to this is like, understanding your data is like a third insight, because a lot of people don't really look at their numbers. They don't know where the lead source is coming from, what is working and what is not working. So the third insight is understanding your numbers. Look at your insights. If you are in Facebook, if you're in Instagram, look at your insights. Where are your leads coming from? Who are they? So understand what is working in your business, so you can double up, triple up on it. That way you can really have a huge cash injection. You can really, that's how you can scale, right? By knowing where you're generating revenue and, 10xing it. If you continue to do the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same result.
And it's interesting because some people can say, well, this is common sense, right? You have to know your numbers to understand your customers. You have to know where they're coming from. But this common sense is not so common among business owners, right? It seems, and that's why it's important that coaches like you remind people focus on what is important. So they don't, the way my coach likes to say, they don't water dead plants. They don't spend time on something that is not essential for growth of their business. So from what you just shared, when you mentioned that I just checked the analytics, could you share with us exactly what people should use to know their numbers, to understand their numbers, to follow their numbers? What exactly, you say I check analytics, you just elaborate on what exactly did you check to understand where your customers coming from, where your revenue comes from?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, for example, for product business, it's on Shopify. So I looked at Shopify analytics. It tells me, how many customers, how many new customers, how many sessions, where are the customers coming from? What platform? Are they organic? Is it from paid ad? So Shopify itself provides you with it. For social media, you can look at them on Facebook and Instagram. They all provide insights. Now, Google Analytics is all inclusive, right? You can connect to your website, you can connect to whatever platform you want to monitor. It lets you know what your bounce rate is when somebody lands on your website, but they leave right away. So it tells you what your bounce rate is. If your bounce rate is more than 30%, that means people are not staying long enough on your website, which means you need to tweak your website. You need to adjust it. You want to make sure you have attractive content that really entices people to want to read more. Right? So Google Analytics provides you with that data. It also provides you with conversion rate. If you're selling products, you can actually see what your conversion rate is. If it is below 1%, then you have room to improve. The average conversion rate is usually about 2%, right? Now, for product businesses, it could be different. Some people would be selling their, for the service businesses, some people sell their service businesses directly from, on a Stripe link, and some people sell it in just different ways. So it's kind of hard to monitor. But if you have a checkout or a sales page, you can actually link that to Google Analytics, and you'll be able to monitor how many people are you converting in comparison to how many people are visiting your website. Now, the way we do business online is a little different. Not everybody visits your website necessarily in order to become your client, unless they're just going to the sales page to go ahead and buy your services. So those variations are there, but mostly you can monitor your numbers in a lot of different ways. Some people use a spreadsheet. If they're doing organic outreach, they use a spreadsheet. They look at how many people they've reached out to, how many people responded, how many people booked a call, and then what is the conversion rate from the people connected with to people who booked to people who showed up and actually converted. So you're able to monitor that conversion rate just on a spreadsheet as well if you're doing everything organic.
So Sarah, let me just, because you started answering my next question about the systems. So let's just structure, like kind of not structure. Let's prioritize what tools people should use to really understand their numbers. So from what I understand what you said, number one would be Google Analytics, right? That would be number one tool to understand. Then you said there are ways to understand your performance maybe on Instagram and Facebook. There are insights that we could analyze there. Then, and I'm just trying to make sure that I followed you, so our audience as well. And then also people can track using a spreadsheet, right? Excel spreadsheet. Yes. So that's what you use, that's what you teach, right? In terms of priorities, in terms of systems, analytical systems that people can use.
So what I teach mostly is actually through automation, because I really focus more on automating. So all of, online and even stars kind of automate majority of tasks so we can step away. So instead of using spreadsheet, we actually use CRM. CRM also allows you to monitor your lead. And within that one system, you can actually see what your conversion rate as well. You can see, so the system that we have all that insight. I did not talk about it because not everybody is on that system, right? That system has bird insight of every action that is happening in your business, right? Whether the leads that are coming through paid or organic, systems or platforms, or if you have a funnel and you have some kind of automation, it actually shows you how many leads are coming, what stage they are. Are they cold lead, warm lead? You can kind of progress them through the CRM. And then once people become,
I said we have a little bit connectivity issues. So I thought that yeah. So what I heard, the last thing that you said, what I heard was that it's very important to track your relationship with your customers using CRM, right? Yes. And
yes.
which CRM do you recommend people to use?
So we've got our own built-in CRM. So it's called the Spark Digital Inc. So they can look it up and, check it out. But there are so many other CRMs, Zoho is one, HubSpot is another one. So there are so many different CRMs out there. What works for you. You could just pick what works for you. What we have is all-in-one tool. Not only does it have CRM, it has all the automation systems and all the business tools that we use. So we use that, and it allows us to have everything integrated in one place rather than hopping between different platforms. So that really simplifies that. Now, let's say if you don't have that system and you don't have any other system in place, spreadsheet is the next best thing, right? You can really monitor your numbers by tracking your leads and where they are using a spreadsheet. So with the spreadsheet, you can have the leads listed. As you engage with them, as you connect with them, you can kind of comment on every column, what your interaction was. You can mark them as hot, you can mark them as warm, and then eventually you can close them. So if you don't really have a system already, a spreadsheet will be the next best thing. The main point is just knowing, number one, how many leads you have, who they are, and where they are in their journey. Because every lead goes through the client journey, and understanding where they are in the journey is going to help you have a picture of how many you have, who you can convert to be a customer. You're track that. You're kind of like not knowing what is really in front of you. Right? So you need to be able to track them using some kind of system, whether it's a CRM or a spreadsheet, but that becomes part of your business system, right? If you have that in place, and system.
And I just want to share, like, there are many CRMs that you, for example, in my business, we use Less Annoying CRM. It's a funny name, but it's actually very simple and very, very good CRM. We like it. So you don't have to expensive and fancy system. Find CRM that easy for you to use, but it's essential to track your business activities. Absolutely. So Sarah, thank you for answering this question. The next thing I would like to ask you, how big is your team? Because for many people, the concern is like at what point they have to hire help, and how big the team for the business needs to be in order to scale the business. So could you just talk about building the team and what kind of team members you would recommend people to have when they scale the business?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the business, right? It's different from everyone, for everyone at what stage they would need help. For example, if you're only focusing on one business and you have the time to implement what you until you that you want to go ahead and hire an outsource, right? Now, I have 14 members, they're part-time, and I have them because I have multiple things going on, so I need the assistance. And I'm also a strong believer in really bringing a team member or outsourcing for items or for things that are not really that. Trying to win is really going to hinder the growth of your business, and it's going to create you to avoid that. Specific whether you do not know what to do, you don't have skills, you can do it. then hire somebody for it or outsource it, right? But hiring really depends on your business and you yourself, what your skill level is. If you don't have the skill, for example, to write email content, outsource it, right? Even if it's at the beginning stage of your business, I still recommend hiring and outsourcing for things that you're not really good at, so you don't really hinder the growth of your business. Now, when you, in my belief, the end goal is, as a CEO, you need to be able to step away. You need to be able to fire yourself, meaning that you need to have rock stars working in your team that are going to take the majority of the responsibilities off your plate, which means that if you ever get sick or if you have to travel, your business is not going to shut down. Your business will continue to run and it will continue to thrive, right? So as you grow, you need to start identifying what are the areas that you need to have somebody take over completely so it can free you up. So you are going to be the CEO, the visionary of your business, rather than working as an admin in the back end of your business. Hopefully this makes sense.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Because a lot of people, especially like I know a lot of coaches, work in their business, but not on their business.
Mm-hmm.
They're so ingrained in, especially at the beginning in marketing and sales and copywriting and technical, some people even do their own websites. And this is
Yeah.
not really efficient way of using your time, right? It's very
No, it's
important to
not efficient. Yeah, not only it's not efficient, honestly, they're not going to do a good job.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, however, from my personal experience, it's also important that you know how to do things so you could describe the task to your team member very clearly, so there won't be any kind of misunderstandings. So maybe you're not doing the task yourself, but you need to know exactly what results you want to get from this task and explain, what manage basically expectations and manage the flow. So if you hire someone,
Yes.
a person should not be confused what kind of results you expect, so it will not be frustration on both sides, right?
Absolutely. So you see, there's a difference between knowing what needs to be done, expectations, versus trying to be an expert in everything and yourself. You have to understand what it works and know what is and communicate that to your team. And if you don't understand, you don't know how you're going to hold them accountable to the expectation. So you're absolutely right. You know how it works. You got to know what it is that you're expecting, but you don't have to try to be expert in everything and try to do it yourself. Like, be expert in a few specific areas and go deeper, right? You got to go deeper to really get results, but you cannot go deep in every aspect of your business. Understand it to a certain level and then be able to outsource it and communicate what is expected, communicate what is required. That way you can really track your ROI, right? You have to have some kind of KPI.
So, as you can see, Sara is just a wealth of knowledge and experience. And so, Sara, if someone wants to contact you, maybe have a consultation or work with you, how can people get in touch? And do you have some kind of offer that you would like to share with our audience today?
Absolutely. So you can reach me on Facebook, Sara Sheikh, on Instagram, Sara Sheikh _biz. Also, yeah, and this we are actually hosting it on June 6th, a workshop, and this is where we show you what you should automate, you should be automating and how you automate. That way you can free yourself from doing the mundane everyday tasks and just kind of be the leader. Focus on the areas that you're good at and focus on the client facing task. That's what brings the revenue, right? And connecting with prospects and then that's what workshop workshop. This will be the last time it's going to be hosted, and this is going to be the last time it's going to be free if we ever host it again. But definitely, register for that, and it will start on June 6th. And then the other way to connect with me is just joining my group. It is Sales and Automation to Scale, and that's a Facebook group. It's a free group. We provide free training, free resources, and just connection and collaboration within that group.
Very, very nice. So thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you for this call today. I know that we had a few technical difficulties. I know that connection was not perfect. But as always, we do our best, and we leave the rest to the universe, right? So,
we pull through.
As entrepreneurs, we have to keep our cool, otherwise we can go nuts. And that's not the purpose of being entrepreneur, because there are always challenges when it comes to technology, right? So we need to find a way to resolve it and stay cool. So thank you very much for being with me today.